Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching The Boys, Season 2, Episode 7, Butcher, Baker, Candlestick Maker, which is a title I enjoy. The penultimate episode of Season 2, the penultimate episode of what we have got so far. I am so stressed. I'm excited, but I'm also extraordinarily stressed because this show is building. We know just how awful Stormfront / Liberty / whatever her original name was is. She's teaming up with Homelander. We've got like, Maeve is getting ready to make steps against him, but she might be losing her girlfriend. Like, just too much is happening, but I'm in love with this show. So as usual, a reminder that if you would like to watch the unedited version of my Patreon, that is up right now. Unedited version of this reaction, that is up on my Patreon. Why is this the bit I struggle to say the most? And you can do all of Season 2 of The Boys up there. And you can also get the edited version 1 week early, or as there's only 2 episodes left and I'm doing twice a week, a few days early. It's up on my Patreon right now as well. And the show that we're replacing it will be coming at the end of this week, I think, or no, next week. It's coming very soon, at least. And I'm very excited to start watching that show as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. Stormfront fanboy. No, no, no.
Have a good day, hun.
Yep, you scroll Facebook, you listen to the news, you get radicalised. Is he going to do some kind of attack?
It's 145.
Oh. Racist as well. Oh god, don't kill this man. Is this going to be one of many hate crimes?
Please, I have a family, please.
This is what hate does. This is what the right wing does. They inspire people to go nuts and to just kill an innocent person. Because what was the point of bringing a gun? If you thought he was a bulletproof suit, what was the point? Other than to be a racist. Racist piece of shit.
Look, Congress on our side before.
Congress, please. What a bunch of corrupt fucking cunts they are.
I know,
Come on, you're not
but
the first person to call me a cunt, Mr. Butcher.
I love her. That is the only way to make change, legally.
I don't need your help. Yes, we do, Lisa. Mr. Butcher here has fought harder than we ever have.
God, Lisa.
Grove, but we don't know why. Why?
Nazi
has to
racist
compound
shit.
be impatient.
I'm so stressed right now.
Would you like a coffee?
I'm not leaving until we talk this out.
It's Annie's choice if you're ready to talk or not.
What we do means nothing. It's just all for money and
It is raw, my love, but all the people you've saved, you've
I am
saved.
in the middle of. You called them?
Yeah, about an hour ago. Why?
Mom, they could be looking.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And Serge?
I love that people are calling him.
Post this time.
I mean, if he hears that someone else is, you know, I don't know, it's like kind of her being forgiving, I don't know. Dying and Kimiko seems fine, I don't know. Oh, it's Annie's the problem.
Your father's dead.
Oh goodness. I mean, I don't know that it sounds like he had a particularly good relationship with his father, but
I need to see you right now.
is this a trap? Because I know he's most wanted. They've got Annie.
Different strokes, man.
Please don't say that in this context.
I should just get up and leave.
Wonderful. Well, he's done a lot more good than you in his life. Yep, Trump rallies. Sorry, this is too realistic. It's very uncomfortable.
We also had a mole in the 7th.
Oh no.
We gotta go now.
Do you want to do something good with your life?
Screwed you over, right?
So I know he dies, so that's probably how he dies. And then he can't do his Congress thingamajig.
You fucks the wife.
The metaphors and like the motivational speeches in this show are very beautiful.
Sorry, it was my idea, but you wouldn't come any other way.
You need to respect people.
He hasn't got much time. Have I ever asked you for anything? Ever?
Doesn't matter, it's his choice if he wants to face someone that's clearly caused him pain in his life.
I just want to talk.
You know, there are actors with genuine Cockney accents, they could have got to play these parts.
It's a shit world out there. You
I
don't
think
line
he
up
knows.
Like yourself. You either sink or you swim.
And if you have
In
children,
Manny's case,
it's your responsibility to care for them and help them swim.
Fucking right to mention his name.
Oh, throw him over the balcony. Oh, actually, he might do it in this show, maybe don't. Why would you bring him here to see a man that abused both of your sons and you stayed with them? Oh, you're cross with Billy. You deserve far better than this family. So did Lenny.
Rally's the base. Just trust me.
It's so Trumpy. I hate it.
If I can get my hands on Hugh Campbell.
If you support Trump and you watch this and you hate these two, reevaluate your life choices.
Okay.
Oh, they're going to try and kidnap his son to raise together. Please say no.
There's something I want to show you.
Oh, fuck.
Hey guys,
Oh, God.
this is Stormfront. Listen,
Oh, this poor baby. I'm so stressed. Oh, you should have run and then even run away with him after you left, Butcher. Oh, how are these two doing?
How many other people have you killed, and what else have you done?
I have a choice.
I'm not blaming you. I'm not. It is not your fault. I just need time.
Help! Oh, goodness. This isn't going to help the situation, Maeve. I get that you just have emotions you can't control.
Some things are more important than the right thing.
I mean, you'll screw over everyone else's children, but not your own.
Peter Canal on the mother sauces.
I love them.
I'd like to hear about your family. Keep them alive a bit longer.
Oh, that's so
If
sweet.
you'd ever like to teach me.
Oh, he's teaching him. Yes, I mean, I would not start with that word myself, but they do use a lot of guns.
Gun? I'm seeing gun.
That's so cute.
Oh, yeah?
He's like a brother to me. Yeah, he was there for me when I was at rock bottom.
Oh, do you want him to join the...
He's a toxic personality. And no
Ooh.
church members are to have any contact with him whatsoever.
Why?
Right. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah?
Yeah. A-Train is smiling and smiling and smiling until he gets on the 7.
This is not lesbian. This is not on brand. We need you for
To life.
sitting proudly behind. We curated a coming out story that America loves, and would be really great.
Ashley,
It's her life. Her real life.
in your life, be a fucking human being.
I'm in a bunch of movies, man. Let's see, there's...
Oh, stepping in front of her.
Homelander Rise of a Hero. Homelander...
Makes me so mad.
Homelander Brightest Night.
We can talk about it whenever you want.
You are not his parent at all.
I do not want my son to have to go through what I went through.
Work with her.
His life is different.
Okay? She's trying... Exactly.
As a mother.
That is the
And I
huge
know
difference
that
here.
means something to you. He's
How
begging you.
awful is it that she has to beg and plead with him, her rapist, about their son? Just despicable. But Stormfront will speak to him and he'll do whatever she wants. How did I know he drives straight across the, like, turning circle piece of grass? Such a dick.
At the time, it was barely a blip on my radar.
It's a dangerous conversation to be having with your daughter in the house, that's all I'm saying.
What's your radar telling you now?
Mm-hmm.
Your whole fucking family.
Could believe it, a butcher. I'd like to think he doesn't do it, but you know, as this man, you could definitely see he would do it. I've never seen tea drunk out of a little porcelain cup so menacingly. Fuck. This is like is this not too main a floor? So he seriously just come to see the Seven's main room?
I wanted to do it in front of my statue.
What?
Kill you? Kill him? Kill himself?
What the fuck?
Oh my goodness. Come on, sweetheart. I don't care that the world views you a terrorist now, it's all fine.
What I need is hand.
Oh my god. Oh no! Oh, fuck's sake! Black Noir, stop it! Did his mask come off? Fuck. Can Maeve come and help? I don't know why, but please come and help, Maeve. Do something good for once. Oh my god. Yes! I've wanted this for so long. Oh my god!
Almond Joy?
He has a tree nut allergy.
Oh my god!
Come with me.
Come on. Maeve. I mean, okay, look, that was brilliant. I will take that. I mean, Huey is running around with a hand.
Yes, it is. Come on.
Annie's on the way out too, sweetie. Oh, he came to save you. You interrupted a moment there, mother.
On your way.
You're a liar. You lied to me.
What do you mean?
They just flew me up and showed me that this house is fake, the neighbors are fake, you're fake.
Or deserves to know the truth.
What a piece of
We
work.
can talk about this, okay? Don't worry. He'll still have a mother.
Fuck you.
Hey, Ryan! Ryan! Hey, Ryan! No! Ryan!
I
No!
thought this was coming.
Watch
I didn't
porn.
know he was gonna set himself on fire.
We saved Annie.
I'm afraid Hugh let our star witness burn himself to death.
Saving Annie.
Well, I don't...
You won't have to see him again.
Good.
Thought he was your friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we just change the channel?
Deep as weak as... Oh goodness. What's gonna happen?
To hear today will prove that Vought is guilty
Oh god, I'm
of
stressed.
corporate malfeasance and multiple felonies.
Because
And it'll
Vaught's
come
just...
from someone that has
Gotcha, cunt.
Don't count your chickens, your eggs before the chickens they hatch.
Raise your right hand. You have 5 minutes to make your opening statement.
Thought something was gonna go wrong. Something was obviously gonna go wrong. Are they gonna claim it's a terrorist, or what is it? Who's doing it? Is it Stormfront? You can never take down Vought.
What the fuck do we do now?
They tried. They've tried it the illegal way. They've tried it the legal way. But Vought is just too corrupt. Oh, he means business now. Stress. Wow. Okay, so at the beginning of that episode, I was not expecting Annie to just get kidnapped. I was thinking that maybe they try and use her mum against her or something, you know, try and be like, oh, if you don't do what we want, your mum will be in trouble. I was not expecting that to happen. But obviously Annie was on the run from them. Technically she was hiding, and so they tracked her and then knew she was a traitor, and just fucking stressful. And they, now the world, as far as the world's concerned, Annie Starlight is a terrorist. We need to flip the world's viewpoint on it all so that they believe that our guys are good and that Vought is bad. If we can somehow prove it was Stormfront or someone, I mean, we're pretty sure it's Stormfront that does the head exploding thing, but we don't know that for sure. It's just very likely that it's her. But if we could prove it was her, then that might help sway the conversation into being that she is a super terrorist rather than that the good guys are super terrorists. But my god, I knew that hearing at the end, and I'm kind of skipping to the end now, I knew that hearing at the end wasn't going to go well. Part of me was wondering if he was going to maybe say what he had to say and then it would all go to hell, but I knew that there was no way Vought was going to let that happen, and I wasn't expecting a mass head explosion event to occur. And just the Deep sitting miles away being like, is it still on? Unfortunately it was. So yeah, they really, like, they're losing their witnesses one by one, and I don't know how you can be mad particularly. I kind of get how you can be mad at Huey for what he did, but for all, like, Homelander was like, why haven't we killed Starlight yet? So, you know, if he got his way, they might have gone home and murdered her. So they needed to get her out. She got herself out, but only because the alarms went off. If Lamplighter hadn't lamplighted himself in front, and had the sprinklers and the alarms, then she'd still be stuck there. So, you know, yes, what Huey did was stupid and reckless, but it was no less stupid and reckless than anything else they've done, and there was a direct current life and death situation happening. At the moment where she's realised that he came to save her, holding a human hand was very sweet. Lamplighter, I won't miss him, you know, he was a pretty shitty guy. At least he was a pretty shitty guy trying to do the right thing, rather than a pretty shitty guy, I mean, with the testimony and everything. But obviously then choosing to just kill himself wasn't helping anyone. He just wanted to kill himself in front of the statue. okay, at least it helped Annie unintentionally, and that seemed like I said, I knew he died, but I had no idea how he died. Like, he could have died in the asylum. I'm calling it the asylum because I've played so much Falling Skies. He could have died in the state. Falling Skies? For fuck's sake, I'm getting Fall Guys mixed up with the show Falling Skies because I've played so much Phasmophobia recently. No, he could have died in the Sage Grove Centre. He could have died at any point. He could have died at the hearing, like happened here, but no, that's how he died. Okay, but it did help save her, and poor Hughie had to sever a human hand, meet his future mother-in-law holding a severed future hand. I mean, his future mother-in-law was awful. Something that I'm a huge advocate for is that no one has to give someone else forgiveness. No one has to talk to someone, and you can find closure while still being mad at someone. You can kind of forgive someone for your own good without wanting them in your life. And in this episode, we kind of came across two different types of abusive parent. Both very damaging, although I think probably physical abuse is that little bit worse, but it's all very different. Because obviously Starlight's mum, I don't think was the worst example of her kind of abuse, whereas Butcher's dad quite clearly was. And we know that his brother killed himself. But you should not, children do not owe their parents anything. Parents owe their children love, support, encouragement, affection, help when times get tough, because you chose to have that child. You chose to give birth to that child. It exists in this world because of you. I don't care how old it is your responsibility to help it. So obviously Butcher's dad being really abusive explains why Butcher is the way it is, explains how, you know, from what Becca said, he's always been fairly volatile, always been wanting to jump into a fight. And yeah, that is something that he needs to work on. And I think potentially he might have worked on it naturally throughout time if everything that happened didn't happen. But finding out that his brother killed himself, I mean, suicide is awful, and it is a terrible epidemic among men especially, but among everyone obviously. But growing up with an abusive father is going to put you at high risk for that, so fuck off, dad. Dear dad. And then Starlight's mother, yeah, she might be sorry, maybe now that Annie is throwing in her face just how she raised her, how wrong it was, she feels bad, but she needs to stop forcing, now she kind of has no choice, she's stuck with them, but she needs to stop forcing her apologies on Annie. You know, she's attempted to get in touch, she has made her point, Annie has wanted nothing to do with her, maybe agreed to have a coffee with her, but you know, she needs to just take a step back and let Annie come to her when she's ready, rather than forcing herself, because that shows that all she cares about at number one is herself, and the fact that she can't deal with the fact that she's hurt someone. But I'm glad that they did rescue her, because if she was in peril, then, I mean, Annie loves her. She wasn't like, you know, she was a bad parent, still is, but she still loves her daughter and vice versa. So that much is gone. The dude is dead, Vogelbaum. I would have liked it if he could have given his testimony first. Maybe he wrote it down and signed a statement somewhere they could try and use. I don't know, that's not exactly legal, but we are running out of options. I mean, people like Starlight and Maeve could testify. I don't know if they would also get murdered, but probably, but that's something. We're running out of limits. Maybe Ashley could get pushed to her limit and choose to testify against all the things she's had to cover up, but again, I don't know that she ever will, because she clearly is willing to go through hell to get her paycheck and her power. Yeah, so the boys really had a plan in place. This time they were going through the legal route, the kind of, having the Congress and the hearing, and I'm glad that the senator is alive. I really like her as an actress, and obviously I like her character because she's so fast and doesn't seem to have any bad sides to her. She's a good person. So everything was going so well. Now, why would a terrorist organisation interrupt a hearing that could incriminate Vought? Why would a terrorist, surely that's going to look suspicious that it was Vought rather than suspicious that it wasn't. I mean, we know it was Vought, we know it was Stormfront, but I'm stressed that maybe they're going to try and spin it as that was a terrorist attack. See, you need Vought, we need more superheroes. But again, it's very much like this America is in the same situation that the current day America is, which is so many millions of people have been brainwashed into the Trump cult in the same way that they're being brainwashed into believing the right-wing propaganda of Stormfront and Homelander, that even when the right prevails, even when the left prevails, even when, you know, you start to push things back, you know, because the current far-right, the current right-wing governments all across the world are not the right-wing of 10 years ago, which was still a pretty despicable right-wing. They are just mind-blowingly bad. And this show is doing such a good job of paralleling that, but it's also quite hard to watch. So I worry about, like, even if we manage to sort of take them down, they're still going to be all the people that supported them. But how we know now that they can have a room that can suppress soup abilities, which, perfect, that is something we need. And again, I like how they all have their little ways that they can die. And for Black Noir, whether he's dead or not, I imagine he managed to crawl to his EpiPen. because that's too quick a way for him to die, really. Or maybe not, because he knows Maeve helped. I don't know. If he knows, yeah, maybe he did die. Or maybe he's just in a coma because he knows Maeve helped Starlight. So, or did he not technically see her? I don't know. Him having like a nut allergy was brilliant as a way to stop him, and his skin looked all weird. Like, what is his deal? So yeah, that was just Maeve coming and helping her. I loved it because she is a good person at her heart. My heart is breaking for her losing Elena, but I think it's really important to me that Elena said to her, look, I'm not blaming you. I know it wasn't your fault, but she just can't wrap her head around the awful things that Maeve has been a part of and had to do, and I don't think she can currently, having had that sprung on her. Now, that is something that I think if Maeve were to start making an effort to stop things like that happening again, to take down Vought, to take down Homelander, not just to have blackmail over him, but to properly take him down, I think that would be something you could kind of get behind more easily, because you're like, okay, yeah, she's had to be part of this, but she's taking a stand, she wants to change things. I think that could be a way that Elena would be able to come back, and maybe with just time to kind of wrap her head around the fact that Maeve is still Maeve, and Maeve is suffering because she's been through this hell, and she's still fighting and she's still going. But the fact that she stepped in to save Starlight was everything, because even though her life's in disarray, she still wanted to do the right thing. And I'm really sad that she didn't go with her, but we're starting to see those little moments. They have a really good connection that I'm hoping we can build on, and maybe Maeve can become our inside woman in season 3. And maybe even in the finale, or at any point, if we need someone to help, I'm sure Annie will say, well, Maeve, help me, Maeve isn't despicable, maybe we could reach out to her. So then you have the cult, which is still culting it up if you don't do what they want. It's just a cult, pretty standard. Part of me is like, what is the significance of this cult? Is it going to become a main part of season 3? Like, at the moment, it's just kind of, it's got very irritating characters in it. The Deep is irritating, A-Train is irritating. The Deep is a true believer. He's sucked in and kind of does whatever the cult master says. A-Train is just wants his career back, and so just nods and smiles and tries to get his career back. But I am worried about what their significance is going to grow to be as the show goes on. And maybe if we manage to take down Vought at some point, the cult will take over as the big bad. But yeah, I'm just, that was all stressful. So yeah, Billy and his family, finding out that his brother did die and he killed himself, is obviously heartbreaking. You kind of understand why Butcher is the way he is, but at the same time it doesn't excuse it. Like, having an understanding of why a bad person, oh, he's a good person, the way someone does bad things or things you don't agree with, is good to have an explanation. It makes them less bad than just like Stormfronts of the world, but you still have to kind of make better choices. And then Becca, my heart is breaking for her, because I feel like as soon as Homelander showed up, she really, and the first time, as soon as he made that first threat, she needed to sit down and talk to him and explain the fact that, I mean, my god, he would have been angry and upset. There's no good way about it. They must have such child psychologists of Vought, but the minute Homelander made that threat, he was going to carry through with it at some point. So she really, really should have sat him down and said, look, this is going to be so hard for you to hear, and explained it all, because I think, knowing their connection and the love they share, having her be open and honest with him, apologise for how much it hurt him, but explaining that, you know, your father, you know, he's a bit strange and a bit scary at times, that's because, like, it wouldn't have been like, everything's hunky-dory. It would have been an awful conversation to have, of course it would. But as soon as Homelander made that threat, he was gonna carry through with it at some day, because Homelander is not stable enough. Even if there's a small part of his brain, the part of his brain that is the remnants of the person he could have been if he'd been raised normally, might be like, actually, yeah, maybe I should do what's best for the kid and not what's best for me. The rest of his brain is egomaniac, I'm a god soup Homelander. So she should have told him, and maybe the minute he turned up with Stormfront, not that she would have time alone with him, but I get why Becca hasn't told him, and, you know, it's a hard situation, because in so many ways what she's doing is, has been done to Ryan isn't great, because he has not had a normal life, he hasn't got a chance to develop his social skills properly, or to be a kid in the way other kids are, but he's still been a kid much more than Homelander did, and he's had that bond with his mother. He's gone to like piano lessons or whatever. He has had outside bonds, even if they're not as real as in the normal world. And he stayed a very sweet child. Now, I'm scared for him. I'm scared for what he's going to see and experience, how that might change him. But hopefully he's had a strong enough foundation that even if he's really mad at his mum, he's not going to be like, yeah, let's kill people. Hopefully he's still going to kind of make good choices, but then he's also a small child who should not be in the situation in the slightest. Stormfront is, in some ways, Stormfront is the worst character, because she has no, like, she's just a psychopath, a sociopathic, psychopathic Nazi. Homelander, you know, I feel sorry for the boy he was. The man he is a despicable blob of existence who needs to die. Or be subdued. If we can find a way to get him into a soup-proof cell, That is my #1 goal, but I don't think that's likely, even though we now know they have them, because she escaped in less than 24 hours. Come on, people. But I'm very stressed for what's going to happen next. And in general, like, I feel like we're really floundering at the moment, because all the things we were working towards, we've exposed Compound V, we've tried to get a Congress hearing through, all the steps the good guys were making have come to nothing, and we're almost back to square one, and there is 1 episode left of the season still. You know, that could have been the ending of the whole season. It wasn't quite epic on the scale they like to have epic endings, but, you know, what is going to happen in this finale? I'm very excited and stressed. So a quick reminder that if you would like to watch the unedited version of this reaction, all of my reactions to The Boys and all my reactions there from my Patreon, and you can get all of season 2 up there, and the same, you can get all of season 2 edited as well as currently up on my Patreon. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.